welcome to another episode of the Big Milkshake podcast, episode 4, PAX edition. Hi guys, how are we doing?
Hello.
Very good.
Good.
Are we fully recovered from PAX? Like, I know it's been a couple of weeks, but that was a really, even though it was only 3 days, I feel like that was a really long weekend as well.
It was. I mean,
Especially
we
long
had
weekend.
to come up from Tasmania, obviously, as well. So it was a little bit longer for us getting back. And then I think 3 or 4 days later, I went back again and jumped on the plane to the UK, which is where I currently am now. So my microphone might not sound as good as it usually does, but what a trip.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, taught me, when did you guys arrive in Melbourne for PAX? Was it on Thursday? That's a good story. Tell me about the events of you guys getting there.
Well,
I'll tell this story.
You go.
So I was at the front of the queue as we boarded the plane on Thursday night. Is that right? It was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yes, Thursday night.
And Alex and Nathan were behind me. I walked through, handed over my ticket. They scanned me through, and I walked out the door and started getting on the plane. And I turn around, and Alex and Nathan aren't coming with me. And I just sort of see them turning around, going the other way. And I'm like, oh no, what's going on? I couldn't get back.
So remind me, were you supposed to be on the same flight then?
We were all on the same flight together. Yeah.
It was just a bit of a debacle.
What happened was so Tassie, obviously we don't have that many planes at the airport at any one time. The plane that was meant to be coming down from Melbourne to Hobart, then we were returning on, ended up having a fault, and they had to send a smaller plane, which led to about 20 people at random just getting flicked off the flight.
Oh
which
no!
Alex and I low rolled for, so.
It couldn't even be like, we're a package deal, you can't separate us.
Yeah. At least one of us got through, because that helped with the setup.
Absolutely.
Would have been late on the.
It started to sink in because I knew both of you guys were sat next to me on the plane, and as two strangers came down and sat next to me, I thought, they're definitely not getting on the plane. I thought it might have just been an issue with the tickets, and you were going to come up later, but no, you weren't getting on that plane.
Well, because I think I messaged, because I got there Thursday morning, and then I think I messaged you the next day, because I started recording some videos for the Instagram, for the Kingless or Twitter, Instagram, and all of that. And I remember I messaged Seb, and I was like, how's it going? All that stuff. And you were like, oh, yeah, Alex and Nathan aren't here yet. And I was like, what? Because I'm in my video that I recorded, because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see, Alex, Nathan, and Seb all there when I go in. And I just thought, oh no, wait, they're not going to be there for a bit.
It was a bit stressful, but it wasn't too bad. You guys were on the first flight in the morning, weren't you? So
yeah, which made for
that was an experience.
Because when did you guys end up getting to PAX in the end? When did you arrive at your
9:30-ish?
I think
right before it opened.
Yeah.
Not long before opening, we did make it.
Yeah.
Because by the time we got turned away from the flight, by the time we got out of there, and I went to a hotel because Qantas was paying. Why not? So by the time I got to the hotel and settled in, it was 11 o'clock. And then we're flying out at 6 the next morning. So it turned into pretty short sleep into a big day. But
Yeah. Because in my head, when Seb was like, oh, the guys aren't here yet, I just thought, oh my God, should I try and find a way to sneak myself in so I can help you man the booth for the first hour or whatever it was, until the others came in. But it seemed like everything tended to work out upon
it was
the
stressful. We had a plan. We'd all come up with a plan. We're going to get there at whatever time it was, get everything set up.
Go to Officeworks first, get all
our printing done, and then just relax and ease into the day. But I had to go to Officeworks and then set everything up and then run around and get all the passes and do everything and then try and find where these guys were. I think, Alex, you got dropped off on the way. Nathan went to drop the bags.
Yeah, I was the caddy there. Go take the bellboy. You guys didn't even tip me for that. Taking the back, Jesus.
Yeah,
Bad service.
we're not gonna tip you for that.
Unbelievable.
You guys are all, if we're pretending we're there, you guys are all at PAX. What was it like when the convention opened? Like when you guys were there and people started coming through? Like how did it, like what was the atmosphere and stuff like? Because obviously there hadn't been a PAX in 2 years. Yeah. So
the first thing I remember is there was this great big cheer from like the far end of the building where, obviously thousands of people had just been told they were about to be let in. So, yeah, it kicked off with a strong start. About 5 minutes after that, everyone started pouring into the tabletop hall.
Was it a bit nerve-wracking, like seeing all like that many people all kind of come through, or what was it? What did it feel like?
I know I was definitely a bit nervous to start with. Like, it's like, I want you want someone to sit down and engage with you pretty early and have a good interaction. But for that, like, first 10 minutes, everyone's just walking around looking at everything. And it's like, we could have some long days here. But then, oh, God, I couldn't have been more wrong. As soon as people had seen everything, then they're like, oh, okay, let's go back to what we like the look of. And
you've got to remember
I think they
as well,
like the look of this.
This is the first big in-person event that we've done like this on this scale where we've had a big stand and things like that. So we didn't and our first PAX as well. So we didn't really know what to expect and didn't know how many people we were going to get coming through the stand or even wanting to sit down and play with us. And you look around the hall and there are just hundreds and hundreds of other amazing stands with awesome games on it. And you just think, wow, like, why would you come to us when there's all these great games around? And, we're just this little company from Tassie making this fun little game. And the reception was amazing. Just absolutely blown away by, as Nathan said, non-stop. I think at one point we had 21, I think I counted 21 people gathered around our little 4-person table with Nathan sat there teaching everyone how to play Kingless. It was amazing.
I can't imagine what it would have been like, because technically, like, you guys were part of PAX last year, but it was the online stuff. But, like, I feel like you can't compare the two, because every time I walked past you guys, so I didn't get to see you guys until about just after 11, I think, because I had a panel I had to be on the panel for that morning. And when I came over and saw you guys were swamped. And, like, throughout the whole weekend as well, every time I thought, I might pop past, say hi. I might just hang out and have a chat. No, you guys did not have time. There was either, Nathan was always sitting down with someone, and then Alex and Seb would sometimes be sitting down there too, depending on how busy it was. Or, Alex and Seb's chatting to somebody else around the table who are, watching in and stuff. Like, how did you guys go with being that busy? Like, did you guys ever catch a break? I mean, I know the answer to this, but, like, tell everyone else what that was like during the day.
I certainly had a break or two. Some small 5-10 minute intervals where I got to wander around and inspect some of the closer stands, and then go to the bathroom, get some drinks and food and whatnot. Very casual. Got some nice little laid back breaks. Yeah, great for me.
There were other stands. What? Oh,
yeah, who'd have thought? That was the saddest part. It's so hard. As you said, we were so busy. We didn't really get to go and enjoy PAX. And we'll talk about it later on. We did right at the very end. But Nathan, you didn't leave the table, I don't think, for 3 days solid. You were just there, chained to the table, teaching people. I know the rules inside out just from overhearing you. Just absolutely repeating yourself.
We'll test you on that.
Been trying to drill them into you for years.
Put that into practice again soon.
I will say, you did pick it up pretty. I overheard a couple of your sales, your pitches, and I'm like, oh, he's finally got there. I'm proud.
We
a little managing director finally knows how to play the game.
There was something, I guess, it sounds weird because, like, I mean, I'll get into that in a second, but I obviously got to meet all you guys for the first time. Well, like, we all got to be together for the first time, which is really great. And Alex and Seb will probably remember this and may have seen it because I decided I was going to vlog my time at PAX. and I remember I was in front of now is it Asus or Asus, whatever, Asus booth, and I was just recording a little video. I was just minding my own business. And then I see Alex and Seb walk in front, and I think I squealed because I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I was just like, you just caught me so off guard, and it was. I'm kind of glad I was recording that because it was quite wholesome.
Oh, did you record that?
I did. So the actual. Like, I obviously didn't have you guys in it because the GoPro was facing me. But you can see the moment where my eyes saw you and I dropped the camera and you can hear me in the background go, "Oh my God, hi." And it's just like, it was really cute because like, it was just such a candid kind of moment.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, there was something really, I don't know, something that made me so like kind of joyous inside when I just got to pass your booth and you guys were busy. You guys were just chatting about, you know, the game, and people were just like, so engrossed in watching you guys play and like, you know, all that kind of stuff, and like really listen to you guys talk about it. And yeah, I like kind of going back to what I was saying before, you can't, I mean, Nathan, surely you can't compare doing the online stuff with PAX to doing it in person. It's a whole different experience, isn't it?
Day and night. It really was. Like, we had our panel and you do the video and stuff for PAX Online, but it's just, there's none of that just face-to-face feedback. Like, we were playing it with people on Friday and they're like, "Oh, this is great. We'll take a copy, go play with our friends." And then we had a group come in on Saturday who were like, "Oh yeah, we played it last night," and then played with us, and just more people, and just the absolute just really positive feedback, and just seeing that in person into your face. Yeah, it doesn't compare at all to the PAX Online.
Yeah.
It's, day and night.
PAX Online was great. It was, you know, it was an opportunity for us to share, you know, Kingless in that space. But as Nathan said, it's just completely different being able to sit down and walk people through the game, because people can read through the rules, but when you're there talking to them, they can sense your passion and, you know, how passionate we are for Kingless and the things that we make and all of the small attention to detail that we've put throughout the game, throughout everything. And it comes out, you know, especially when Nathan's sitting there explaining to hundreds and hundreds of people I think we calculated how many games you a rough number of games that you played. It was like 200 games or something across the weekend, something crazy. But,
I wish we kept stats. Like, I should have.
Me too.
Like, next year,
we're
gonna have a whiteboard there, and it's gonna be how many times I've been king and how many times I've been fool, and just like really and games played. I was just thinking it at the start of this podcast. I was like, I wish I had those stats, because I feel like on two of the days I was real good, barely got full, and then I got humbled. I think it was on the Sunday. I was just getting slaughtered by people. But I would love those stats.
See, I think that's a really good idea, because it's a testament to the game. You know, it's saying, hey, look, you can actually, if you sit down and play 200 games in a row with strangers or, you know, play a game for 2-3 years in a row, you can actually get quite good at Kingless, and you can actually become, you know, skilled at playing the strategy within it.
Alex, that would have been so rewarding hearing people as well come back and say, you know, I was here yesterday with my friends and now we've come in because they've gotten into it. Like, what was that like, getting to interact with people on that level?
That was actually just about my favourite interaction, when people would come back and say that they'd been shown it by a friend, or their friend had told them everything about it and that they had to come. Yeah, that you just don't really get that online. Even if someone is tremendously pleased, the most you're going to get is you know, a quick email or a nice review, which I love reading, and they're fantastic to see them. But can never talk with someone about what they like, what, you know, their favourite things were. It's such an experience.
Those people that you said that came back and had shown it to their friends and came back the next day, is that everyone's favourite interaction, or did anyone have any funny interactions over the weekend, or anything super, any games that stood out at all?
I think my favourite interaction at our stand was when someone who backed us on Kickstarter knew about us being here. They brought a copy of their game in for us to sign because they knew we were going to be at PAX. And I don't know, that got me. It threw me off. I couldn't, you know, I thought, oh yeah, Yeah, they just picked up a copy and they wanted. We had a couple of people who wanted a copy signed, which was amazing. But yeah, this person went out of their way to bring in their copy of Kingless for us to sign. Amazing, hands down the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. We had a couple that asked for us to sign the box, and I knew Seb would be like just super keen for that and super excited because I mean he really does exemplify Clem Ponswell. Just
the more things he can get his name on and sign, the happier he is.
But
well, now you could be like, I've someone's asked for my autograph. Someone's asked for my signature on like the game that I've made. Like, not everyone can say that.
No, exactly.
Like that, the first person that asked, I was like, Seb, it's happened! He was over and talking to someone else. And I'm like, it's happened! He was so confused. And I'm like, sign the box!
I didn't know what was going on. I thought I had to sign a document or something like that. Oh, great, paperwork. And I'm trying to talk to someone. What's Nathan going on about? And he hands me a Sharpie. It's like, sign the box.
I would say that's pretty up there.
That's up there. I mean... We touched on it earlier, but just having people coming back in the next day, and as Alex said, you get feedback online and you get people leaving comments and reviews, but actually having people come up to you the next day and say, hey, we played like 5 games in a row last night with my friends. These are the awesome experiences that we had. You know, it's like, oh, this guy played Ragstad. And it got taken off and he managed to get it back on his last round because he'd sort of planned for it and things like that. And it's like, these are the interactions that you just don't get when you sell a copy of the game online and it goes out. And you know people are out there enjoying it and having fun with it, but you just never hear that feedback. But you get that from these in-person events. And you get it when you're sat at the table playing with them as well. But it's something a little bit more special when they come back in and say, we, in our own time, outside of this event, we chose out of all the games here to sit down and play your game and had this awesome experience with it. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know, like, it's probably going to sound little cheesy on my end, but I know one of my favorite ones was I got to, on the Saturday, we had a ticket for PAX that we gave to my little sister who happened to be in Melbourne in the time of my mum. And we brought her into PAX and showing her around. And it was just me getting to go, hey, come meet these people that I get to work with and come have a look at, she had already played the game with us before, but I think getting to meet you guys and sit down with you guys and, play with Nathan and stuff like that. She was like so chuffed. I think she was just like, wow, this is, my sister does some really cool stuff with her friend, that kind of feeling as well. I don't know, the whole weekend, I just felt like, and I'm going to sound a little soppy, but I just felt really, really proud. Like I'm still, the new one of the team, but I couldn't help but every time I walked past and you guys were just flooded with people, I'd always say, because I was with my partner, I'd just say to him, oh, look, we'll leave them because they're busy. We're not going to interrupt. And
you needed to come back with a big hat and a disguise and then just pretend that you wanted to come and sit down and play with us.
And then no one would have questioned it.
And we'd have let you in.
No one would have questioned it. I think I actually have some footage of, I can't remember who it was. It might have been myself, Seb, my partner, and I think Nathan all playing a game together at the table on the GoPro, which is fun because we're all playing through it and my partner's still kind of learning. Like he's only played a few games, but we're kind of teaching, and it kind of really exemplified that whole like fast, easy, fun kind of thing. Because as soon as he realized what he was doing, everyone was like, holding on to their seats because they're like, right, maybe it wasn't going to be as easy as we thought. And
I think he won that game, didn't he?
Too. I think he might have, which is really annoying. I'm just going to call it beginner's luck. Is PAX, well, that whole weekend of PAX, you guys would have been absolutely knackered. And then something we discussed in the pre-show as well. As a team, we went to a restaurant called Mjolnir. So if you get a chance to listen to that, that was a really good time spent with you guys. I almost feel like that weekend, was really long, but also simultaneously went too quick. And I wish I got to spend more time with you guys, but I think it's just a testament to the game and you guys in general, like really getting these people excited for Kingless. And obviously with the expansion stuff coming out soon, it's just exciting to know that we have a whole bunch of new people who have met us for the first time and now potentially get to enjoy all the new upcoming stuff with us.
Yeah.
Is the weekend what you guys expected? Is that what you guys were expecting from PAX, or did you go in with no expectations? Like, how were you all feeling once it was all over?
Personally, I went in, yes, it was my first ever one, so I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what it would look like, but it just exceeded my expectations so much. But yeah, what you touched on before with like, were we tired? Yes. I think my biggest mistake was when I packed my carry-on luggage and heading over. I was like, oh yeah, in the evenings we might want to play a game, so I packed a few to bring up. What an idiot. What? No, what? Not a chance. It was never going to happen. No.
I remember, I think it was like, we're talking about catching up after dinner and playing a few games, and I could tell you guys were so tired. I stupidly went out that night still. I don't know how all of you still had a voice by Sunday either.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at one point we had some honey drops, didn't we?
Those butter menthol saved me. I thought I was going to lose it day one, but got us through. Sponsor, not sponsored. But yeah, no, they got us through, which was good.
A steady supply of water was really important as well. Always dashing off for that.
Sustenance. How were you feeling at the end of all of it?
Water and donuts, Alex.
And coffee. And Red Bull.
More coffee and Red Bull than water, probably.
Well, Nathan, did I hear, or I can't remember if it was just the one day, or dare I say more, where I feel like all you were running off was these little donuts from one of the vendors?
That was all 3 days. You know, I was literally, they chained me to the table to teach the game and play it, which, you know, I mean, it's fun. I played over, like 200 odd games and was still enjoying it at the end, but yeah, the chain I thought was a little bit unnecessary. And I've had to get some moisturising cream just to bring it back, unfortunately. But
I would say he's exaggerating, but we only left the table once on the third day, and that was for about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And that was to get a pen, because we needed a pen. So my break was running off to the Crown to find a newsagent to buy a pen, to run back, and then get back in it.
Which you had asked me to get for you.
Yeah, like 5 times.
Yeah.
I was like, we need a pen. We need a pen.
Then ignored those restraints and got it himself.
And then these two finally unlocked me from the table, and then I went and got a bloody pen.
Get your own pen.
Go have a break. No, I'm getting a pen.
Nothing but donuts, coffee, Red Bull, and...
But that was during the day, Alex. We had some
encouragement.
Fantastic meals in the evenings, all evenings. Or perhaps not the one we went home on, but we had a...
The airport selection was abysmal.
It was terrible,
I was disappointed in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Say PAX next year. PAX next year comes around and stuff, and there was another tabletop company that was thinking of having their booth there. This is something you would recommend if someone had the opportunity to do it? Like, what advice would you guys give? Because that whole experience for you guys first time would have been super overwhelming.
100% I would recommend it. Biggest bit of advice, don't lock the knees while standing. Just, you're going to be standing for 3 days, relax the knees, straight back, nice comfortable shoes.
We have learnt a lot from that PAX, I think. Absolutely would 100% recommend it to anyone, even if you're just going along to have a look around, and hopefully one day we will get to do that a little bit more than we did this PAX, because we saw you for the last, it wouldn't even have been half an hour, I don't think, Bianca, at the end that we got. You gave us the grand tour of the rest of the show, that you'd had the experience in knowing where everything was, and took us to some of the indie devs and things like that, and it was amazing. But yeah, we only got half an hour to do that before we rushed off to the airport. And that was definitely build that into your schedule when you go to PAX. If you have a stand, try and work out some time.
Yeah, is that probably one of the regrets you guys have, is just not getting to see the convention more? But I mean, I guess that's a double-edged sword. You guys were so busy you couldn't leave the booth. But it's the other side of it is just
wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah,
but you do feel you've missed it somewhat.
I guess I'm a little bit different there. Like I think I enjoyed it more because of being at our booth and actually just having those interactions. Sure, would love to go there, just as a normal observer, but I found it so much cooler for the first time, like having that face to face and real, like just people just playing. It was like, oh, I don't think we had one person walk away saying, oh, yeah, that was all right. It was all, oh, that's heaps of fun. And seeing that just really validates Kingless and how well. But don't get me wrong, it was nice to walk around for the last half an hour, but the taskmasters here, literally, we had to sell out before they let me leave the table.
That's
right. Like, we've just sold our last copy. Okay, yep. No, you can go have a look now.
well, that's it. I haven't even had a chance to even mention it yet, but we did sell out of all the copies of Kingless that you guys brought, which is also doubly amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe Nathan, you would never have got to see the rest of the show floor
if we brought more.
Sold out.
If we'd brought another couple of cartons, I wouldn't have seen a thing. I wouldn't have had a chance. I thought it was just a tabletop section. There was all these video games that I had no idea existed. Like,
well, again, that's selling out of all your copies that you bought for that entire weekend is just a big testament to the work that you guys did on the floor, for sure.
Yeah. We vastly overestimated the amount of copies that we would bring because we wanted to bring... So we have a warehouse in Sydney. So Melbourne was a really good place for us to get a bunch of stock to take back to Tasmania with us relatively affordably. So we had planned for that. And then we ended up selling out at PAX. So unfortunately, we didn't take any back with us. But that's a good problem to have, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
We're not going to complain about that.
I was going to say, PAX 2023. I had to think about what year we're in.
Yeah.
I know I can't believe we're always at the end of the year. If you had the opportunity to be there again, would you guys take it? I feel
absolutely.
Like this is a no-brainer question.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think we'll do anything we can to get to PAX 2023. Yeah. Just being able to meet fans again and, new and old will be amazing. Be really good. And we'll have the Festival of Explosions.
Well, I was just going to say that too. This time next year, we'll have more stuff to show and to, teach people, Nathan.
It's only getting better from here.
Yeah, no, I think it's so exciting. And for this I think this was all of our first PAX in general, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Like, what a way to start, right?
I know.
Like, I think
it's a big win.
We're pretty chuffed after that. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I think that covers just about everything we have to talk about. Unless if I missed anything,
I don't know.
I think that's everything.
I think we could talk about PAX for days if we really dug down into it. It was amazing. If you were there and came and played Kingless with us or picked up a copy, thank you ever so much for stopping by and playing with any of us, whoever you played with. It was amazing to meet you and play Kingless with you. Keep in touch. We love hearing your stories and hearing how you play Kingless and being able to just have that open dialogue with you. It's amazing. And it helps us craft better games as well as we go forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if there's anyone here that's listening who met us at PAX and things like that, if you want to share any stories with us or you want to, send us any funny moments that you've had playing the game and things like that, we're on all the social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, some clips of the podcast and stuff go on TikTok and stuff as well. We'd love to share some of your experiences with the game. Even if you want to, chuck a photo of Kingless up on your social media, tag us in it. We'd love to share it. And, I think I think Seb wrapped it up really, really nicely. We couldn't be more grateful for the support and stuff that we've received over that weekend, and we look forward to bringing more stuff to you guys. And again, for more updates on Festival of Explosions and beyond, we'll have some more updates happening very, very soon. So keep an eye on everything there, and obviously the bigmilkshake.co is where you can find all the latest updates on what we're working on, the podcast is available everywhere on your favorite streaming platform and everything there too.
Certainly is.
And I think that's it. I think that's all we've got for tonight. But thanks so much for joining me, guys. Again, I'm going to be a bit soppy, but it was so nice to finally meet you guys in person there. And I hope, if not, PAX next year, maybe sometime sooner, we can all catch up again in person very soon.
Definitely.
Maybe a podcast in person.
Whoa!
Yes.
Hammer and Crown, Alex, on set.
Absolutely. We'll tidy it up, make room for a fourth.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
See you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.